Hi guys, hello. It's Darlene with Talkator. Happy Monday. Let's see if I have a voice. Oh, my eyes are definitely swollen. So yeah, it's a little difficult, but this project's pretty easy. This is one of our projects that would have been on our Watts of Love Talkathon yesterday. So we'll just do a few throughout the week. Some of them I'm just gonna post, and I may not get to doing a tutorial, but they're really easy. You'll be able to figure it out. I'll post colors and all of that. So anyways, guys, how are you? Happy Monday. Hard day yesterday. We made it through it. Um, you know, it's never easy, but um, just that's part of life. So I don't want to say too much. I don't want to cry here. I'm an ugly crier. So thank you so much for all of your sweet messages and comments on my posts. And I got texts, I got messages, I got so many comments. Like 600 plus comments between my personal page and my business page. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love you guys. I wouldn't want to be going through this just by myself. I have my family, I have my friends, because they've been reaching out to me too. A lot of family that I haven't talked to for a while got phone calls yesterday, which is great. A little sad that that's what brings you together, but it's great to hear from them. So thank you. We're gonna do this fun project. It's an ice cream cone, a cute ice cream cone, and it does have stars on it. But you probably could do this for Canada too. It doesn't necessarily just have to be for the U.S. It could be Canada. It has stars. Hello, sweet freedom. Cute little ice cream cone, and then stars at the bottom. We're gonna use our shimmers over the top of our paint, and we're gonna paint the background right here. We're gonna do that with our eggshell. Yeah. I think it's gonna be cute. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I have my little cheat sheet here to look at. It will. I'm sure it will turn out just fine. So let me see who's here. If you're out there watching, just say hello. If you're coming back and watching a replay, just put hashtag replay so I know you were here. And let me just make sure I'm live, because you know how that goes. You know how that goes. I am just trying to make the best of the situation. I know people think take some time off. I can't, because this is how I heal. This is how I deal with stress. I create. I come to my family. You guys are my family. So this is what I need to do. If there's a day that I feel like I just can't do it, then I will send you a message and say, hey, I'll do something later. There might be a morning that I wake up and it's just not possible to do something. So I know you'll understand. And I know some people have said you need to just take time for yourself. And this is my time. This is my time with you guys. I love you guys. And I love creating. And it really does heal my heart. It's something that I've always done when I've been stressed, when I just have had things on my mind. I would go into my little craft room and I would create. So this is it. This is it. So thank you guys for being here. I love you. I just want you all to know that I truly appreciate your messages. So I have read through almost all of them. I can't comment on every single one. I'll probably do a general post because I just can't possibly comment on 600 comments. Oh, and every time I read through them, then I'll start to cry, but I can't, guys. There's a point where you have to say, deep breath. You just have to go on. And I am going to break down like nothing else when I'm up in Idaho and all of that. But I'm going to try to keep it together for you guys. I love you guys. Let me see who's here this morning. And my eyes are truly very, very swollen. Just like, I feel like I have little Japanese eyes, like my friend from high school. Or not high school, from grade school. I always wanted to have her eyes. I loved it. And her hair was just so great. But my eyes are like just tiny little slits. Maybe tomorrow they won't be. And actually, I think I have some clear eye drops that might help. So, hi Tina, how are you? Thanks for sprinkling. Good morning, Janine. Hi, Julie. Hi, Carrie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hi, Myra. Good morning. Hi, Karen. Thank you guys. Hi Tony. Hi Lori. Good morning Denise. Hi Julie. Thanks for sprinkling. Hi Linda. Good morning Bridget. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tony. Thank you for the hugs. Hi, Betty. Good morning, Wendy. How are you? Hi, Doris, my sister. Hi, Pam. Good morning. Oh, thank you, Tina. I love you too. You guys are the best. I know, Wendy, not for you, and you totally understand. I know, for real. Thank you, Denise. You know, I want to be here for you guys too. So it's important to me to show up. Okay. I've always been one that kept my word. Believe me. Friday when I knew that I had to go and do my class that I really wanted to cancel because my mind wasn't on that. My mind was on my mama. My mind was on a bazillion other things. I didn't. I went and I showed up and I taught my class and my ladies had a great time. Maybe some of you are watching now. All right. I'm a firm believer in showing up and doing the things even when it's painful, even when it's hard, even when you just want to be in bed asleep. So I do have something to ask you guys. I need some advice for Marley. Need some advice. Hi Nancy, how are you? Good morning. I'm going to show you the project here. Thank you so much. Hi Deb, how are you? You're on the road to Idaho. Yay! Be safe. I wish that we were going to be in the same place at the same time in Idaho. But you're going to be all the way over there. You'll be over where Cheryl is. So if Cheryl's on there, Cheryl's in Kuna. So Kuna's close to where you're going. Yep. You might want to talk to Cheryl and go see her really cool, not dehydrator. It's not dehydrator. It's her freeze dry machine. You might want to talk to her. Isn't this cute? This is super duper cute. Hi Cynthia. Hi Nancy. Thank you so much for the prayers. I appreciate that. I just have to go on. I just have to keep going. That's the way that I am, and that's the way that I roll. I heal from doing things like this. It's just me. Always been that way. So not hi Sarah, how are you? You're picking up candy from her. You are? Deb, that's so awesome. I'm so happy. Okay, well that's cool. I'm glad that you connected with her. That's great. But this is really fun. Look at how cute it is. It's an ice cream cone. So this would have been on our Watts of Love Chocathon yesterday. So I'll have two sizes. Remember this smaller round size? I don't have it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I will have this size is 16 inches. And then I will also have one this size. This size is approximately 11 and a half inches. So I'll have two sizes. I'll post it in the Etsy store after I take a picture. So all the money from this will go to Watts of Love. All right, so let me just start taking it apart. It just slides apart, and the bottom is, actually I should grab my board. Let's do that. Darlene, let's grab the board. Let's get that in here. I'm probably gonna have to move some of this stuff. Let's scooch this up and not have it roll off the end. I don't want to go chasing paint, but I will if I have to. So a little bit more, Darlene. So there we go. Oh. Siri thinks I'm talking to him this morning. All right, guys.
Working on that.
He's working on it. Okay, well, good. Good morning, Cheryl. I was just talking about you. I was just saying that Deb needs to come and see your...
I'm having trouble with the connection. Please try again later.
Oh, that's so funny. You're funny. You're funny, Siri. I was just telling my sister, Deb, that she needs to come and see your freeze-dry machine, and she said she's picking up candy from you. So that's amazing. I'm glad. I'm glad she's connecting with you. Okay, so that star, you can't really see it. Let me put it down here. So there's a star, which is going to be blue. Our words, these words, hello, are going to be blue. Our word sweet is going to be red. Let's put this down here. The word freedom is going to be blue. This part's going to be white. Excuse me. This part's going to be red. So put down with that. And then the background is actually going to be red also. Okay, so that's going to be red also. Then we have the ice cream cone. That is going to be our tan, like a tannish color. And then this part here is going to be blue, but the background. So the background is going to be interesting here. So we're going to be doing, and we have to avoid the ice cream cone part. I'm going to leave it this color so that the brown is on top basically, and then this shows through, okay? So the background up here, we can even go into this part because it'll be covered. This will be our eggshell. And then down here, we have to do our stripes. So the stripy area will be red, and you don't have to be really careful because this goes over the top of it, and this will be white. So it would be red, white, red, white, red, white, red. Okay, so we'll do that. All right, so let's just start with this first. Hi, Darlene, how are you? Hi, Carol. Yes, Pam, it is like the same machine that Ken uses. I don't know what type he has, what brand, but it does the same thing. So yes. Cheryl has one, and she also sells the freeze-dried candy. So hi, Lori. Hi, Terry. Guys, I have a question for you. I have a dilemma that hubby wants me to figure out so that we don't have to get rid of Marley. Marley is very aggressive. I don't know why, but she's very, very aggressive. Maybe because she's the smallest. She has bit him twice. Once yesterday, and then I'm going to put this in here. This color is bright blue. You can use any blue. So she has bit him twice. Let me get a smaller brush. Once yesterday, and then today he's just like, I am not going to keep going through this. So she is very aggressive towards Stubby. And so John feels like he needs to get in the middle and break the fight up. The bad thing is that he's getting bit, and I don't know if he's on his blood thinners anymore or not. I think he is. So, potentially a bite could be really life-threatening. I don't know what to do. What I did do was this. I said, okay, so we need to immediately stop this situation. I got a metal can, and I put pennies in it. So I have a loud shaker can for him to shake as soon as she starts the behavior. The problem is that, she can be throughout the whole house. You can't have that with you. And this is happening frequently, like in the morning. It happens every morning now. Stubby sleeps in with John, and then the other dogs sleep with me in the human dog bed. So let me just talk and tell you the whole situation here. And then he'll open the door and he'll take Stubby out. Well, little Marley will go running towards Stubby and start a fight immediately. And so John feels like he has to break it up. Stubby can't defend himself really because he doesn't have any teeth, and Miss Marley has a lot of teeth. And so he's afraid that Marley's going to hurt Stubby. And then Chloe gets involved. So shaking the can stops it. However, Chloe is so afraid of that can that she cowers in the corner, and then she doesn't want to have anything to do with John because she's afraid and he shook the can. And so I don't know what to do. That was my suggestion, was to shake the can because it's loud and it stops their behavior right then. I mean, it immediately stopped the behavior. Everybody halted like they were frozen in time. But it's traumatizing to Chloe. She hates loud noises. If I even go, then she goes running. So what other suggestion would you have? Besides muzzling, which you can't muzzle a little Shih Tzu because they don't have a muzzle. Muzzling is hard. We actually had to do that once upon a time with Stubby because he had bit one of the grandkids, and so we got a mask type. It's like it wasn't a muzzle, but it was a mask to prevent him from being able to bite. So I don't know, a shock collar. I'm thinking that too. A shock collar might be good because then it immediately stops the behavior. And, and it doesn't really shock them. It just spray a water bottle. Yeah, that's a great idea too. A water bottle. Okay. So I'm just looking for ideas because he is serious about, we're going to have to get rid of her if you don't figure this out. And I don't want to get rid of her. Because I love her. I don't want to have to do that. So anyways, I was looking for suggestions. Water bottle's a great idea. Okay. I probably have a water bottle that sprays really far would be good. Not the Chocator one, because that doesn't spray distance. Okay, I actually do have another little water bottle that I had found that I was going to use for my bleaching, my t-shirt, but I will use that for that. And that's a great idea to just spray her. Okay, spraying the shock color is a good idea. It just, it's not really shocking. What it does is it shakes, it vibrates. So, Sarah, you did the spray bottle, but the little shock color vibrates first. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay. I think those are great suggestions. It's really hard because she's small and mighty. Okay. I'm going to say that she has little man syndrome, little dog syndrome, whatever. That's what she has. And she feels like she has to be the top dog, honestly. And she would fight to her death. I just know it. I just know she would not give up. Chloe would run and hide and pee herself probably. Stubby would just give up because he has no teeth and he'd be out of breath. So, and there's nothing really that provokes that is provoking her. What happens is, let's see, you can keep her attached to, okay, keep her attached to, and then when she starts to go that way, pick it up. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. In a very firm voice. No, every time she goes toward. Yes, yes. Okay. So that's a great idea. I could have her on a leash. See, she sleeps with me. And so then all of a sudden, I hear the door open and she goes running. She goes running for him. So that whenever Stubby wants to come and climb into the bed with me, she has a problem with that. When he wants to sit up on the couch next to John, she has a problem with that. So it's a dominance thing for sure. And I just don't want to have to get rid of her. I think that it would be bad to send her to another home where there potentially could be other dogs. She really can be vicious. She bit me. She drew blood. She's done the same to John. She doesn't mean to do that. You just get in the way. You should never get in the way of two dogs fighting, but sometimes you have to when they're your own dogs and you don't want them to get hurt. We don't need vet bills. Poor Stubby, he can hardly see out of the one eye. So anyways, okay, so this was bright blue. Okay, I kind of feel like I'm going to have to go over a couple of things. I'm going to stand up and see what did I miss. I'm going to try to smooth this out, and then we'll go on to our next color. So this was bright blue. So there's a lot of blue here. It might seem like blue's kind of taking over, but there's going to be other colors too. There's going to be a lot of other colors showing through. So there'll be the white showing through the stars. White through the stars and red through the stripes. Okay, so that looks really good. I know it's really hard, guys. I don't want to get rid of her. She's a little sweetheart, but then she has this Tasmanian devil look. and then Stubby has this look. He curls up his lip, and you just know those two are going to go at it. And then poor little Chloe's in the corner and thinking that she needs to get involved, and I don't understand that. She just needs to stay out. So yeah, definitely a jealousy dominance issue for sure. Absolutely. Okay, so there's those colors. Let me get paper towel for my brushes. And let me just put that right here. Okay, you always did the shot color on your dogs and they work great. Perfect. I've done the shot color for barking. And the spray bottle with water would be great. So let's see. In the leash. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Tina. Definitely is an issue that she's having with not wanting anybody else to have our attention, or Stubby not being in the bed with me. I mean, it's just the dog bed, okay? It's the human dog bed that I'll be laying down on the ground, and he'll go to climb in, and she just has a fit with that. She just is all over him, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. All right, well, I will try that. I'm going to try the water bottle, because the shaker worked, but it traumatizes Chloe, and we don't want to do that. Chloe is a really shy dog. When somebody comes at the door, she'll bark aggressively, and then if they were to walk in, she'll run and she'll hide under the couch, and she'll peek her little head out like, who is coming into my space? So this is just white. We are going to go back and we're going to put shimmer on these. So we'll set this to the side and let it dry really well, and we'll paint the back part. And then, okay, so that's all the white that there is. Has she been spayed? Yes, she was just spayed just now. Um, yeah, she put her on her back and hold her there. I have done that and I have bit her. I have put her on her back, and just bite her. Yeah. Okay, so put her on her back and hold her there until she completely relaxes. You don't talk to her except for say no. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Lots of great suggestions. I appreciate it because guys, it's just hard. I don't want to get rid of my dog. I don't. Let's do the ice cream cone. It's going to be honey brown. So I think that's a good color. Those are all great suggestions. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will try a combination of all of that. It's a hard thing. Gosh, guys, you don't want your dog to hurt another dog, and it potentially she could really hurt Stubby. And for him to get upset like that is not good for his heart. It wears him out because he has that tumor in there. And I think the tumor probably is responding to the steroids because he doesn't seem like he's as much out of breath. Okay, so this was honey brown. Oh, that's a perfect ice cream color. We are going to put shimmer over that. We're going to put our shimmer harvest over that. Okay, so Kimberly, we believe that my mom's celebration of life, what I want to call it that, my sister probably won't, is going to be next Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. So I will be up there for just a brief period of time. I don't know if you work, but I would love to see you. Okay, so this will be red, this will be red, this will be red. Okay, and then we'll bring in the backer and we'll paint that. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? So Kimberly, she was just spayed last week. I thought that it would calm her down. It hasn't calmed her down yet. So she has not even been a full week since she was spayed. It's her incision is still healing. Okay, this part is red. I'm just double checking to make sure. And then this part. So this goes on top, but then with the little stars, the red shows through on that. Yeah. Sorry, have to talk to myself sometimes. Hi, Michelle. How are you? So I always joke that that Mormons like to get their deceased in the ground before they're even cold. I feel like that happens so much. I'm kind of glad my older sister's handling everything up there, and they're gonna wait till next week, which is good because plane tickets and all of that, it's hard because here we are. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up, so I think it will actually work out. There are plane tickets available for me and my sister. I think my daughter's going for sure, and then possibly both of my boys are going to go. Hubby's going to stay here with the dogs because somebody has to be here with them being young and everything, and with Marley still having her incision and all of that. So anyways, that will be next week. Most likely on Tuesday. I'll know later today. My sister probably will be going there first thing this morning to take care of that stuff. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great day, Terry. Hope you have a good day at work. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay, we are going to come back and put shimmer on these, just like I said, but we're going to get this painted. We'll get our board, our backer board painted. This was going to be one of the Watts of Love projects. So when you purchase this, all of the money will go to Watts of Love. I've already made my donation to them just based on what I thought was we were going to raise this weekend. So I do need to go through with this and get that money back, if that makes sense. All right, let me just move this. Okay. Isn't that cute? This is super cute. I think this is going to be really fun. Okay, I'm going to move that and we're going to paint the backer. Okay, so the backer is kind of interesting the way that it's painted. And I want to, okay, so we don't do this part at all. We don't do the ice cream cone at all because it's just going to show through that part. This part, even this part, we can paint with our eggshell blue. So let's turn this kind of sideways and I'll follow right there. Actually, I can go into that because that's not going to show. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think, okay, is that too big? Oh, no, I can use this. So I'm just going to paint with my chalk paste. I love this color, and I think it's super cute. I'm just going to paint with my chalk paste. This is eggshell blue. I hope it's going to look okay with red, white, and blue. I think it is. Okay, so I'm going to be really careful around my ice cream cone because I want that part to show through. Then I'll go back and I'll do the stripes. Okay, so sorry, I got lots of tickles today in my nose. A lot of allergy stuff going on right now. Okay, we might have to spray this to kind of smooth it out, but we're going to get our first coat of our eggshell blue on here and see how it goes. Sometimes spraying it with water kind of helps smooth it out a little bit. I just love this color. So I need to find this color in paint and buy a whole bunch of it. I've already bought a whole bunch of my chalk paste jars to save up because when they've retired this color, at some point they will. Probably in the summer. They usually retire it when the next big launch happens, which will happen at ChalkCon. So normally that happens, you know, a couple times a year. They will retire the In Vogue colors, and then they'll be bringing in new In Vogue colors. So they'll probably be bringing in the fall In Vogue colors in June because they always go to, it will be like fall projects probably on the next launch along with some home ones. I know they try to do some what they call evergreen. Evergreen means that it is usable all year long. You definitely need this color. I know this color's great. Look up Training by Cesar Millan. He is really good. And you know what? Yeah, the potty training part, we're getting that down as far as she is pottying on the pee pads and going outside. So it's a combination. They'll go running outside and they'll go outside. They'll go running to the pee pad and they'll go. I think whatever they feel like is convenient to them. So that part, we've kind of got that down now. And I'm okay with them peeing on the pee pad and pooping on the pee pad. I'm okay with that. Eventually, I'd love it all to be outside, but I need a covered dog run so that at night I can actually leave it open. Okay, let's be really careful right here by our ice cream cone. Okay, so I can go up and into this area if I wanted to, but I don't have to. That's going to be covered. Cesar Millan has great stuff. Hubby had told me to write to him and maybe he could help, but I will look and see. Because it's so funny that here we have this little 8-pound puppy that is taking on the 16-pound stubby. she just gives it to him. She just goes right at him, and I'm afraid that she's going to hurt him, puncture an eyeball or something. Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that color. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm happy to be here.
Siri is on a kick this morning. Oh my goodness, Siri. Can you just take a rest? Siri, can you take a rest? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, you know, guys, I have to try to find humor in things. I've been thinking about some funny stuff with my mom. So I don't know if my sister remembers this, but this was hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth. I'll do my red, white, red, white. So the stripes are red, the stars are white. Here's something that was hilarious. I try to find humor in situations and make the best of a situation. So I'm digging through my memories and thinking about things that really were funny in my childhood about my mother. And my sister might or might not remember this, but one time we went camping with my grandpa, and really it wasn't camping because it was his trailer. He had a trailer up in Island Park, and so we went up to Island Park, and for some reason Mama had to go out to his Jeep. He had one of those, I don't know what type of Jeep it was. Anyways, he had a Jeep, and she had to go out to the glove compartment to get something out of there. I honestly feel like Grandpa set her up. I feel like he did. Anyways, she had to go out there and get something out of the glove compartment. She came in screaming. And we're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She goes, there's a squirrel. There's a squirrel in the glove compartment. We go running out there. It's not a squirrel, guys. I need just a little bit more. Um, it is my grandfather's hairpiece. It could have looked like a squirrel if you just opened it and you saw this hairy thing in there. It was my grandfather's hairpiece, his toupee. Back when men really worried about that, my grandpa was pretty bald, and occasionally he would wear a hairpiece, and he kept it in the glove compartment, evidently. I didn't know that. She didn't know that either. So Mama came running in, and she's screaming. We go out there. It's just his hairpiece. So I've been digging through my memory, just thinking of the funny things like that happened, and the things that she was such a hard worker. And I've told you about her arm, that her arm was fused at the elbow from the time that I was in probably 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade. Her arm was fused at the elbow, couldn't move. So basically she could move her arm up and down like that, but she couldn't move it out like this. So she could still use her hand. They told her, you need to keep working that hand. And this right here, of course, the muscles all atrophied because she didn't use that. But she was such a hard worker. She would work in our family potato warehouse, and she would outwork the ladies in there. And Dad tells of a time where she's pulling all the bad potatoes because they're going down the conveyor belt. And you have to sort potatoes into different sizes, and you have to pull the bad ones. And the farmer was there and said, what is she doing? Look at, she's pulling all those. Those can't possibly all be bad. And so they actually stopped the conveyor belts, and they went back to all the ones that my mom had been pulling, and every single one of them was bad. And the farmer was like, oh, okay, I guess she knows what she's doing. But she was such a hard worker. She really was. She always was out when I was really young. She couldn't work for the first few years. I don't know if it was an agreement with when she adopted me. I'm not sure. But when I believe that there was some type of an agreement that she wouldn't work outside the home for X amount of years when when they first adopted me. So she would work out in the yard, and the yard was meticulous. She would get every single dandelion out of there. And okay, so the red we're using, if you're wondering, the red was country red, and then just white. So she would be out there, she'd be working in the garden, and she made the best Parker house rolls. So if you know what those are, they take a lot of effort to make, and cinnamon rolls too. She made wonderful cinnamon rolls, and she would share with neighbors. The Parker house rolls was always her thing to take to events. So she would take them to church events. She would take them to family events. They take many hours to rise the dough and all of that and roll them out. But she would go to all that hard work. I mean, she truly was just a giving person. And I mean, I just think of funny things. I'm like, I remember once upon a time, I don't remember what the brand of the jeans were back in high school, but they had a star on the pocket. Does anybody remember those? They had that really cool star in there, and they had corduroy. That was in the 80s. So if you're an 80s baby, that that's funny. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Pam. I try to. It's funny because we are our parents, whether we are, I mean, I'm adopted, but I still feel like I take after my mama a lot. And I learned from some of my dad's mistakes. So that's all I'll say. We all have things that in life that we wish that we hadn't done, like financially. I learned from those mistakes that he had made, and created better things in my life. Anyways, so here was something else that my mom did. Okay, so if you remember those corduroy jeans that had a star on the pocket, they weren't cheap. And I saved up and I saved up to be able to do that. I worked at the potato warehouse cleaning after school. And then I worked at a little diner in Shelley, Idaho, on the weekends. So I had that money. So I had my money from that. I bought me those jeans. They're corduroy and they were baby blue and I loved them. And it took me a long time to find, I had to go to so many stores to find them, to find my size and the color that I wanted. And I loved them dearly. And guess what Mama did? I'm the middle. Hash jeans. Oh yeah, that's probably what they were. Hash jeans. So Kimberly went to high school with me. You probably remember there weren't that many stores in Idaho Falls that had those jeans. So we went all over the place finding them. I found them. Okay, I wore them the very first time, put them in the laundry, and guess what my mama did? My mama put them in with the clothes that she was to bleach. And guess what happened? They came out white. Okay, so they came out white and I wasn't there. It happened while I was at school. So she panicked. Okay, let me dry this really quick. She panicked and she went to the neighbor and was like, what do I do? What do I do? And so they went and they bought dye. And my mama proceeded to dye my pants the color that she thought they should be. And so I didn't know. I had no idea what happened. She didn't tell me. I don't think that she could bear to tell me. Okay, I need to smooth out that one star. So she didn't tell me. And I go to wear them the next time. I go, this is really weird. They don't seem like they're the same color. And I remember wearing them to school and somebody commented on, where did you get that color? I'm like, oh, I told them where I got it. And they're like, that's not the same color that I've seen. And I was like, but that's the color that they are. And I went home and I just had this weird suspicion. I'm like, Mom, these just don't seem like they're the same color. I don't know what happened. And so she confessed and she told me that what she had done, that she had accidentally bleached them and the neighbor helped her dye them. She felt so terrible. It was actually pretty cute. I forgave her because, what am I going to do? But she tried to fix the problem. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You search your memory for all those things because you don't want to forget them. You want to have them in your mind forever. Okay, this is kind of dry. I am going to dry it a little bit more. I hope it looks good with it. So yeah, I'm in the middle and I was adopted. So Kimberly was adopted also. So my older sister is 4 years older than me. Dorothy is 4 years older than me. My parents had her. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the shimmer on these because I do want to do shimmer on this also. My parents had my sister Dorothy and they had some issues. I'm going to have to spray some water. Where's my water bottle? Water bottle, where are you? I don't know. Let me just put some in here. So there were some issues and I think their blood just didn't mix or something weird. I don't know what happened. So the doctor said, you cannot have any more kids. It's not safe. And so they set out to adopt. And I was placed for adoption. They were able to get me, I believe, through a church agency maybe. They drove from Idaho. They lived in, I think they lived in Caldwell or Nampa at that point. They drove from Idaho all the way over to California. I was born in Modesto, California, and they adopted me at 3 days old. So that's that story. And Deb, my sister on here that you see show up, she is my half sister from my birth mom. And so later on I found my birth mom and she's in my life and I'm so grateful that she did that. I was raised by such a wonderful family. My mom though, my mom, many times my mom would say, this is and then later on my parents had my sister Doris. So Doris came into the picture 2 years after I was adopted. So many times my mom would introduce us kids and say, "This is our daughter Dorothy, and this is Doris, and this is our adopted one, Darlene." And she didn't mean for that to be anything bad, but can you imagine as a child having every single time, "This is our adopted daughter." She was proud of the fact that she adopted me, and I was like, am I like the redheaded stepchild, you know? Whenever she would do that, it made me feel less than, you know. And she never meant it to be that way, because I mean, she truly thought that it was a good thing. Okay, so this is our shimmer. This is our shimmer crimson. This is our shimmer frost. We just want to put some shimmer on here because I want to. Just because I want to. That's why. I would love a shimmer in the eggshell. Wouldn't that be pretty? A shimmer eggshell. I could request that. It may not ever happen, but shimmer eggshell would be gorgeous. I would love to have shimmer eggshell. So I'm wondering what the color of the month will be for next month. I'm hoping something really fabulous. Hoping for a fabulous. Hi, Maria. Thank you so much. Oh, Pam, you have lots of friends in Modesto. That's awesome. That's awesome. My birth mom still lives there. And also my brother, remember my brother that made connection with me last year? Yeah, he lives there too. So I probably will be making a trip up there later this summer. I know it'll be super duper hot then. I've been up there in the summer when it was really hot, but I do need to go up and visit both of them. And then, okay, let me just get this. So I just wanted to put shimmer on these because it will show through. Okay, so I know you're looking at this going, what is this? This is the back part. And then we have all the little pieces that go on top of it. Okay, so I know I keep listening for my granddaughter, and then I remember, hey, she's going to be late. They have something going on, some repairs in their apartment that have to take place. Okay, so there's our shimmer. There's our background. I think I want to ink the edges. So I'm just going to ink the edges of this really carefully. Because I want to. All right. I may or may not ink the other parts. I just want to ink this because it's going to stand out a lot. Okay, let me set this to the side. We'll dry this if we have to. It will probably dry during the time that I am doing the other part. So I'm going to put it all the way over there. Oh, love to see you when you do it. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, definitely. That would be great. That would be awesome. Okay, so let me turn this. So that's close to where you're at, Pam. How far away is that? I have no idea how far away that is from where you're at. Okay, so red. Let's do our white first, since I have that in my hand. Yeah, I was born in Modesto and adopted immediately. So I left Modesto at 3 days old, and I have been back. I did when I initially found my birth family when I was in my early 20s. We did make a trip through there and stop, so I do know where it's at. I have been there two times. Actually, I flew out there when I first found them, and then we drove through when we went to Oregon at one point, and all my kiddos got to meet their cousins there. Okay, so there's our Shimmer Frost. Our blue is going to be our Shimmer Midnight. I think that is, or maybe it's Shimmer Splash. Oh, it's Shimmer Splash. It's really old. Shimmer Midnight would be great on there. Okay, let's just work this way first. Let's do our blue first. So, do you know why you're giving up for adoption? Yes, I do. I do know why. From what she said, that it was such a hard time in her life, and my father was not a good person. My father was very abusive, and she didn't feel that she could give me a good life, and she made the best choice. She did. We talk about it. We actually had a conversation yesterday about that, and I told her how grateful I am that she made the sacrifice. Not everybody will make that sacrifice to actually give a child up for adoption. They'll choose the easier way out. They had given up my brother the year before. When I was given up for adoption, my father wasn't told. She did the right thing. She just left, and um, she was afraid that he would kill her and me. So she did the right thing. There's probably a lot of other things in there, but yes, it was mainly because she could not provide the life for me that she felt like I deserved. And so she knew that there were families out there that were desperately wanting children, and my parents were matched up, and it worked out. I had a great life. My family, really, I have the best family, and extended family. All my cousins, my grandpas, my grandmas, my aunties, my uncles, just the best. They really have been such a great influence in my life. All of them, every single one of them. Okay, we have a lot of shimmer to do. But this is great therapy, guys. I really I feel that it's better to talk about things than, like yesterday. I was trying to do things. I was trying to get some kits made and work on stuff. And I know my husband said, you should just rest. And I said, I could just sit here and curl up in a ball in the corner and just cry. Or I could sit in there and work and cry and stop and cry and run the laser and cry. I feel so much better being productive and just keep going. Okay. I'm not one to I've been there before, though, where I couldn't get out of bed because depression got to me. I won't allow that to happen. I will just keep going because that's just my nature, to just keep going. Um, and this is great. You guys are awesome. I love being able to talk about this and talk about the memories. So many great memories. I, okay, so we lived in basically Caldwell, Nampa area until I was probably 5, and then we moved to Utah. And I don't know why we moved. I think because my dad got a job with my uncle at a camper place. And the reason I remember that is that we used to make the tie backs that tie back the curtains. We used to do the rivets, and they had the little, what was it? The trim that has the little fringe, like a fringe trim. And we used to cut it to length, and we would do the rivets, and we would help them. And it was some type of a camper place there. I can't think of the name of it at this moment, but yeah, my dad is doing great. My dad's doing gret. You're going this, and your girlfriend is visiting. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Sarah, I think it's the best thing to do, in my mind, and that always made decisions in my head when I came to a hard decision in my life, and I had to choose whether I was going to give a child up for adoption. That definitely formed in my, I definitely had that already in my mind, that if there was ever a point that a child, I don't even know how to say that. If I ever needed to make the decision on whether to end a life or give a child up for adoption, I already knew in my heart what I would do because of what was done for me. Okay, so there was no decision there. I always knew that if my mom could make that sacrifice, I would also. So my entire life, I knew that. I knew from the time that I was 5 years old that I was adopted. My parents told me really young, because they had a friend in high school that didn't find out until he was a senior, when he was graduating. His parents told him that night that, hey, by the way, you're adopted. And it rocked his world, and he committed suicide. And my parents did not want that happening. So they were very open. They maybe too open. Like I said, my mom would introduce me as the adopted one. She didn't know. She did not know that it was a negative thing in my head. She didn't mean it that way ever. She would not hurt a fly, literally. But yeah, let me look at questions. So this is the blue. This is Shimmer Splash. There are different shimmers. There's Shimmer Midnight. Shimmer Midnight has gold in it. This one has more like a blue shimmer in it. My dad is doing okay. I haven't talked to him since that happened. I had talked to him right before. So I talked to him and he said that, so yesterday morning I had called. I was like, and God just prompted me, you need to call. Okay, so I called and okay, we're gonna do all this shimmer, and then we'll do this shimmer harvest. So I called and I just said, "How's Mama doing?" And he said, "Well, I thought that she was dead this morning. When I got up, I couldn't see that she was breathing, but she was breathing really shallow, and so she was just for a very long time breathing that way." And then all of a sudden, she started back to her heavy breathing, and he said that the hospice nurse just got here and said it won't be long until she passes. So that was when I got to talk to him yesterday. He was handling it okay because at that point, she was suffering. She hadn't gotten out of bed in over a week, and she hadn't eaten in like 5 days, and her, they have a catheter, so her output of urine was basically dark brown. Okay, if you know what that means that your organs have shut down. They're not cleaning things out. Sorry if it's too much information for you, but you know that I'm very open. So anyways, it means that your organs are starting to shut down. It's not clearing out the impurities. When you see that, you know that death is near. So they knew from all the signs that it was near. The hospice nurse called my sister, and they came over and they were able to be there when she passed. So I will talk to my dad today. I just couldn't do it yesterday, because I would have been a blubbery mess on the phone, and he doesn't need that because it's going to be hard for him because they were together since high school. So if you've been together with someone that long, and basically, my dad has kidney cancer, so he's told the doctor he just has to stay alive to take care of his wife. I don't expect that he will last that much longer. He's been hanging on for her. So his health is not great. He can't walk. He's in a wheelchair. So I don't expect that he'll last that much longer. His quality of life is not great. He's just in his little room. And people have asked, will he stay on the memory care side? He will until they have a room available on the other side. Then he'll probably move back to the regular side of the hospice. Of the assisted living. So right now he's in the memory care side, and until they can have a place open on the other side, which they don't have a room available yet. When they do, then they'll move him over there. So that was the latest. So, oh, Cheryl, I agree. Absolutely. She is, and she's amazing. And she's crafty. She doesn't do crafty things now, but when I met her, her and my sister Deb were doing ceramics. They had a kiln in the house. Okay, so on this one, I am putting the Shimmer Harvest. I don't want a really thick coat. I want to be able to see through on the brown. And we're almost done. We'll start gluing together after we dry. We'll dry this. Isn't this cute? This is so stinking cute. I love it. It's going to look good. I'm going to love it for my front door. I'm going to switch out my front door sign and put this on there. So I'm excited to do that. Yay. All right. Oh yeah, perfect. That's a perfect color. That's a perfect color. Isn't that so sweet? A couple from high school over 50 years ago lost his beautiful wife. Oh gosh, that's so hard. It really is hard. It just tears at your heart because they've been together so long. Okay, let me dry this. And my parents been through a lot. They did not have an easy life raising children or financially. They did not have. Some people think they did. No. No. They struggled a lot. And my dad was working up until probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. I'm not sure how long it's been. I can't remember exactly, but he worked really late in life at a variety of places. Alrighty. It's drying. Remember, shimmer takes a little bit longer to dry. Just be patient. You can see it. You can actually see it changing color. And then we'll bring the backer in. This is going to be so stinking cute, guys. I'm so excited. This creation is actually, it's a file that I purchased. I wish it was my creation. It's a file I purchased. Okay, I'm just going to kind of rub it. Some of them are kind of rough because there's little pieces of the glitter. Yeah, this is not my own. I wish it was. But I won't take credit for what I didn't do. Okay, I am going to dry this. I can see that it's not completely dry. So let's dry this part and then we'll glue together. I know, I'm so excited to, I'm excited to see how it turns out. This is an interesting background color, I know, but I think it's going to just make everything pop off of there. Alright. So, you know, the thing about, and I'm gonna put my hand over this side. There's a few chunky things here on the red because I wasn't able to really smooth it out very much. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's just kind of pull these off. The thing about funerals is you get to see people that you haven't seen forever. I really hadn't been up to Idaho in a very long time. And so you get to see all those people that are your family that are scattered. Most of them actually live up there. A lot of my relatives never left that area. Okay, there's stuff on the edge of here. I'm going to take my sander and I'm just going to sand the edge of this. I know, I love this project. It's a fun one. It really is. So if you purchase this, I'm going to put this onto the Etsy store. All of the funds from this will go to Watts of Love. Okay, so this was one of my projects that we were going to be doing yesterday. Almost said tomorrow. That we were going to be doing yesterday. I'm just going to kind of put this on here and we'll fit it and we'll see how it looks. And then we'll go back and we'll glue. And I did have that slide. Isn't this so cute? This is so stinking cute, guys. And you can still see the score marks. So you can see where everything goes. Where all the words go. And all of this stuff. I know, this is really fun. Hello, sweet freedom. Hello. Oh, I like that. I actually really like that off the teal color, the eggshell. That is super cute, super sweet. Okay, there's a little bit of stuff on the side of the red just has more chunky stuff in it. That was Shimmer Crimson that I put on top of it. And I'm glad that this is, let me get that off, that this is like a flat color, the eggshell blue. Okay, all right, let us do this. Let's take this board away and then we'll start gluing. What a fun project. So like I said, this will be available in this size. This is 16-inch. And then I will also have the 11.5-inch. There's a reason that it's that size. We're using some other sheets that are smaller, that are easier for us to use. You know what? Okay, I'm going to take this apart because we're going to glue it, and I'm going to be really careful. Some of this had stuff on the edge. So not all of my shimmer was dry, and so some of it got on here. It will be okay, though. If you wanted to ink the edges, now would be the time to do that. There is some shimmer here. That red was really a pain in the booty. Let me just get a stylus. If you need to clean out stuff in the centers, just take a stylus and use your stylus. I know. Oh, hi Karen, how are you? They need to bring back Shimmer Splash. Yes, or something similar. So Shimmer Splash is a great color. I love it. Yeah, they should bring back something similar at least. Okay. All right, I think I got all the goobers off. Let's start with the words, and then I'll do this part and we'll work up from there. So maybe I should do that part first. Okay. Second thoughts. Okay, let's do this part first. I usually start at the top and go down, but I really feel like I need to get the bottom set. So let's grab our glue. I just use Aleene's Tacky Glue. If you have your favorite glue, you can use that. You don't have to change this because this is what I use. I like this because I can move it around if I need to. I can reposition it. It's not just stuck. in the wrong place and try to pray it off, because I just can't be perfect like that. I'm not perfect. So I have to have something that is flexible with me and the way that I am. Okay, so dot, 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 dot. All right, now we're going to get that in place. So this is just the back side. The back side's always going to look a little burned, so you know which side not to have down. Okay, so flip it around. Be careful with that because it is fragile. You don't want to break it. If you happen to snap it, then you could glue it back together. Okay, kind of wiggle it. So wiggle, wiggle a little bit, and it seats it. Okay, if you know what I mean. It seats it down on there. Make sure everything is in place. Oh, that's glue. I'm like, I might have missed there. No, that's glue coming down. Okay, that looks good. It's all the way to the bottom. There might be some stuff in these corners of these stars that you might want to get out now that I'm looking at it. Maybe next month's color will be dark blue. That would be really awesome. But they have to be careful about that, because you think of our Canadian friends. So they probably would not just do one for 4th of July that's our color, because they might do it because of summer. Look at me, I'm a mess. There's nothing new about that, right? Okay, let's do our cute little ice cream cone. This is so fun, guys. I love this one. I'm glad I chose this. I needed something happy this morning. I have to just keep going. Okay, so that is just me. I just have to keep going. I have to create. That's my way of healing. That is my way of dealing with stuff. It just is. Okay, there's some stuff in the center. I'm just going to put it over my trash can and get some of that out. So some of the shimmer went on there. Okay. Put it down in there. And it just fits right in there. I got some blue on there. You know what? Let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a Clorox wipe really quick. And I'm just going to wipe that. Get the blue off. There we go. Okay. Keep going, Darlene. This is the next layer. All right. So this is my next layer. And pieces of the glitter are falling off. You might want to wait longer than I did. Make sure it's completely dry. And then just kind of go over your edges on over a trash can to get some of the little crusty things off. The extra glitter, get some of that off. Okay, that just fits right down in there. It's like a puzzle, guys. It all fits together like a puzzle. Make sure you're not moving this. You want it to be flush at the bottom. This star is filled in, so we'll take some of that out. Just need a little paper towel for that. Yeah, if you see any of the little stars or anything that you need to clean out, it's best to do that before you assemble. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, and then next layer is, let's put this one on, and then this one goes down over the top. So this has 2 layers of red, and then the white shows through. So we can do this. We can do the bottom one, or you could do the top, whichever you want to do. Get that in place. It just goes right to the bottom, just like that. And then your stars. Oh, my stars. Did you hear my stomach? I just heard my stomach roar. Yeah. It's easier for me to stand up on this part, so sorry if you're just seeing my belly. I know, isn't it fun? I love this one. So like I said, it will be available in both sizes. I have to put it onto Etsy. Okay. So I will do that, and I'll give you guys the link. I haven't done that yet. It was really late when I went to bed. So it'll take me a little bit of time. It generally, I have to go out there, I have to clean up. I have to check all my emails from work. And then I start on this stuff, depending on what's going on with work. And my granddaughter will be in here shortly. She said that she had to meet their repair guy at her apartment. They're doing some stuff, and she's the one that has to be there. Her boyfriend, he is in the military. It's not easy for them to get time off for things like that. For her, she can just say, "Hey, Grandma, I'm going to be a little bit late." Yeah, so it's flexible. She'll still get everything done. We'll be working on those orders from the sale because almost everybody paid. There's a few people that still need to pay that made arrangements with me. So, all right, that fits right in there. Okay. And then our hello. Isn't this cute? And then I'm just going to put Jude at the top. I did not want to put ribbon. I have really cute 4th of July ribbon, but I didn't want to take away from all this. I actually want the focus of it to be this, not a bow, okay? So many times people put these big old huge bows and it overtakes their project. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? Why? I know, isn't it so cute? Okay, the jute's really easy to do. You're gonna just thread it through and then tie a knot. So you could have it, I don't like it to go through the front. I like it to go through the back, and then I just tie a knot. So go here. Yeah, there's 2 holes. So put your jute through and then determine how long you want this to be. We don't need it to be super long. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of that part. There's a part that looks really icky. We're just going to tie it. I don't like it to be really long because I think that that's silly. It needs to be about right there, about that long. Okay, so pull it tight, just like that, and then trim it. There's a whole bunch of the little pieces of the jute. Okay, I'm going to trim that off. If you want to put ribbon, you can put a bow, you can put ribbon. I am just not, I'm not a bow person. I love ribbon. And it has a place. It's not on this one, I promise. Isn't that so stinking cute? Oh my goodness, guys. That is just the sweetest. I love it. All right, if you love it, can you give me some hearts? Your hearts are down by where the comments are. It is this one that has my little face on it. So, but it probably doesn't have a face on yours. Give me some hearts. Hearts. All right, and if you are not a member of this page yet, please like and follow. I don't know which is better. I think having followers, I don't know, is the best, but do both. All right, guys, that's it for today. I love that color. Do you love the background color? You could do it any color, okay? You could do this light buttermilk. I just wanted the white to really pop off of there. So I thought, hey, I'm going to use my new favorite color, which of course is my eggshell blue. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. You are my therapy. You guys are my family. I love that we have this bond and that we've created this little family here, and we feel comfortable asking each other for prayers. And I know that when I posted yesterday morning and I said, hey guys, I'm not going to be able to do the Watts of Love talkathon, and please pray for a peaceful passing. I know that your prayers were heard. I know that God hears our prayers. I know there's a hereafter. I know that my mama is going to give me a sign that she is a-okay. I absolutely know those things. And so I hope that you guys can know those things too. Let me just go in closer. Isn't this so stinking cute? I just love it. I love it. Which way do I want to go? Closer that way. All right. So the shimmer's great. It might be hard for you to see the shimmer. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. You're the best. You really are. I just have the best people here. And not everybody is on in the morning. There are hundreds of people that watch throughout the day, and I love all of you guys. We all have different things going on in our lives. We can't always catch it live, but so many people watch the replay and make comments, and I love you guys. You are all a blessing in my life. I just, God put you in this place. God put me in this place to be the example, to help mentor, and to teach, and to love, and to guide. So there we go. All right. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday. Make it a good one. It's the beginning of the week, and we can all make this an amazing week. All right. Love you guys.